I want to talk about a very important topic. In my opinion, there's definitely a morality and ethics, but it's not one that you get from religion, whatever it is. It's not one that you get clearly a template from the textbooks. It's not academic. My finding is it's very practical, and it's predicated on phenotype, the way you look, behave, the posture, experience, presence, power, credibility, hustle. And I could go on and on. It's a very practical thing. And all of that taken together, and the many variables of all of that, is morality, is ethics. And it's the only way to account for the differences amongst the social performers. Everyone has a different leash. Some are tighter than others, some are looser. The problem is there's no argument, there's no evidence, there's no way to say, to plead your case. You can't do it. You're stuck with the consequences. That means only one thing. You have to hustle, you have to work, you have to transmute, you have to come up with a strategy that could be effective, that would give you a shot, a long shot. Now, if you look like me, if you're a short, small man, I'm under 5'3". I have a big 46 sprawling belly. I have wide hips. I'm dumpy. I have a big moon face and large gross features. They say I look like E.T. and worse. I've been broken and whiplashed by every insult that's possible to take out there. My leash is very short. My leash is very rigid. And you have to begin with that. You have to begin with who you are. You have to begin with the strongest case against yourself, but it has to be practical and realistic. Everything has to be practical, or it's worthless. You have to be able to critically think and get outside the situation, get outside the scene, and look around. It's called kirching. Kirching means look around. Get outside, know the situation, know the legal aspects, the social aspects, know your limitations physically, socially. The phenotype, the continence, that's your face. Moon face never scores. Moon face has a very difficult time of it. And if the moon face is short and dumpy like me, if the moon face has broken posture, if the moon face has no presence, physical presence, for which to command, to intimidate, and to get credibility and respect in the now, in the arena against the combatants, against a very terrible, devastating pushback, against terrible resistance, terrible pushback, you're going to have problems. You're going to have a lot of problems. There's no way you're going to get around it. That's the problem. How do you get around it? What do you do? What do you say? How do you say it? All this is going to be terrible. All this is going to be terrible. Terrible. There's no excuse. There's no court of appeal because there is no remedy. You're the remedy. I'm the remedy. In our individuality. That's why I argue there's no way to legislate against bullying. Now you understand. Only the victim, with what he's got to work with and the limitations therein, can encounter bullying and confront it on on a somewhat effective basis. The effectiveness, of course, is going to be limited by physical factors, objective factors, size, experience, intimidating qualities, temperament, engrams. That's your conditioning. That's how you've been conditioned all your life. Those are the buzzers that buzz you. Good marketer, good promoter, good salesman knows how to buzz his house, knows how to gin up crazy enthusiasm. So it gets your mind, confuses you, gets the mind off the facts at hand, the arguments at hand. It's called double binding. To convince you, to sell you, to convince you that you need what they're selling, what they're marketing. And we're all, in one way or another, if we refuse to look at ourselves hard and realistic and prosecute like I'm talking about right now, we're going to be a victim. We're going to be a victim. I'm going to reach out to heroes, phony heroes, project away all our power to perform in our own ability, and project away our ability to come up with our own template on the self-sufficiency and self-responsibility. Get that man on his own self-sufficiency and self-supports as quickly as possible. Because the bottom line really is no one has the time. Each has their own. None has the time unless it's worth it to them. Always follow the greed principle. What's in it for me? What's the payoff? How do I benefit? And take it from there. It's a gamble. It's a trade-off. It's all sales. All of life is sales. It's all a sales pitch. It's all marketing. It's all show. 100% of it. Whatever morality and ethics you want to talk about comes out of that. It's caused by that. It's caused to live with, to encounter and confront the consequences of not having an appearance, not having a personality, not having a presence that's effective in the now. And this is the consequence of all that. The real question is, what's the price? What's the price?